G'day everybody, great to see you all again. Uncle Jojo here. I have been asked a question by Reese, g'day Reese, about picture rails. What's the history behind picture rails, what they're all about, and why we use them. So Reese, this one is for you, matey. So picture rails were usually used where there was a join between two different types of cladding. In England, in most of the mansions that we worked in, or really ritzy-ditzy places where they had the old timber, like a veneer board or timber cladding, it would have a join where it hit the plasterboard or lave and plaster. There was two different types of plaster, lave and plaster, and then there was horsehair plaster. So wherever those two joined, there was always a picture rail put in. And the different types of picture rails, there's a couple of different ones, but it was to hide that join, the spot where the join was. When plasterboard got used in Australia fairly often was the horsehair plaster, and the horsehair plaster came in sheets at about 8 foot or 9 foot sheets, and they'd roll them out onto the walls, and then they'd cut the next sheet and stick it in, and there would be the join where the two sheets were joining, and they'd put a picture rail there. Two different types of picture rails. One was two bits of timber that were sitting like that, and then you'd have your support underneath it, and it would go the whole way around the room. You'll always see those on the top of timber cladding, like if you go into an old smoker's room or something like that, where they've got the nice beautiful oak panels on the walls, you'll always see one of those timber rails, and that's how you can put all your mantles or your trophies or whatever it was. Yet most of the time in Australia what we use is the picture rails that you can actually hook something onto and it comes down. It's only a small piece of timber and it's rounded on the top. We're replacing some today. Reese, come and have a look. Just here is where we're going to replace the picture rail, and we're going to continue that all the way around. The reason we're replacing it today is because the original moulding we couldn't suit, so we've had to pull the old moulding off and replace it with a new moulding. So where this picture rail is, just here would usually be a join between two plasterboard sheets, just about here. And what would happen is there'd be a bit of a gap, usually around about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, and then, there you go, and then what we'd have is the piece of timber or the picture rail covering that completely. And that would continue all the way around the room, which it has done here. The other way is that we actually had two pieces of timber. One would be like that, the other one would be like that, and then you'd put a support bracket in, and then you'd have your trophies and things sitting on top of there. That one also works quite well if you're doing something that was a bit fancy on the bottom sections of these walls, but we're not. You'll also see we're trying to make sure that our mouldings fit in with the ceiling, pressed metal ceilings. You don't really get these that often these days, but they are a beautiful old school feature. And if you can get them into your house, I'm telling you, Period Detail are one of the best people to contact about old heritage pressed metal ceilings and wall claddings. Reese, I hope that's answered your question. If not, send me an email or drop on your head. Otherwise, everyone, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the soup. Take care now. Bye-bye then.